back to the Dram Diaries. So, as promised, I am going to go over today what I think is like the best way to make an infinity bottle. I'm just going to give you a little kind of backstory. When I did my first infinity bottle, years ago, I just would put the remainders of any kind of whiskey I had into this bottle, right? And I would sample it and stuff, and it was okay, but it was kind of funky. So then I decided, like, you know what? I'm just going to have like a bourbon infinity bottle and a Scotch infinity bottle, and I started doing that. And you can do that, and it's kind of a fun experiment, but you don't always end up with something that you're kind of going to want to drink, So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas what I do now. The first one is, pull these up. So the best 90 proof rye throwdown that Chanel and I did. So all those rye whiskeys are in this bottle right now. Okay, it's just a mix of a bunch of different lower proof rye whiskeys, and these are ones that I'm probably not going to drink on their own. And what I've done and what I do now, I'll do that with rye. This bottle is just the different types of wheated bourbons that are left over, or that I'm just not probably going to drink, on their own. That's what this bottle is. And the other is bourbons with rye in the mash bill, like your standard bourbon recipes. Again, there's ones that I'm probably not going to drink on their own. So that's kind of what I will do. But I take it a step further, because what I'm doing with all of these is I'm going to make a maceration with them. So, and the reason why is because they work incredible in cocktails, and I stick with the basics. I make my own cocktail recipes based on classics, old fashioned, Manhattan, Sazerac. I kind of stick with that, and then I just do my own thing. So what Chanel and I will do is we will kind of just come up with some ideas of what we want to add to a bourbon or a rye. And we'll do three, so we'll do 3 or 4, and I'll use these little mason jars. I think these are half-pint mason jars. And what we'll do is we'll just write, rye, and then we'll write on here what we put into it. And if you want an idea of where to start, what you can do is, I like Celestial Seasoning teas. Some of their like spicier teas have a very potent flavor. So for the rye, I found one that I really like. Now I will get the actual dry ingredients. We have like bulk dry ingredients that you would read on the ingredient list in the tea, and I use those. It turns out better than just using a tea bag, but the tea bag will be really good. So one of them, it is, I believe, Celestial Seasoning calls it Ginger Fire Chai. My goodness. If you want to try it, do yourself a infinity bottle of the rye whiskeys that you're, not that fond of, or however you want to do it. Get yourself some half-pint mason jars. In one half-pint mason jar, just take one of those Ginger Fire Chai tea bags, put it in there, for 2 or 3 days, and try it. And it's incredible, the change. And they work really, really good in cocktails. So that's what we'll do. If we have a different idea, we'll do that. So here we had 3 of them, and we let them soak, and we just tasted them all blind, and we ranked them. And so I just go with the first place. Do that also with bourbons. So I found a couple of just macerations that we really like. One of them for the wheated bourbons is ultra simple to make, and I actually have a bottle right here that I use for cocktails. You can't really read it now, but this is like a chicory date. So I'll take some ground roasted chicory root. I'll take some dates and I'll just kind of like rip them open, and I'll soak them in the wheated bourbon. So this one, it has, this is how I found out about it. This is the Maker's Mark cask strength that I had double oaked. I put some of it in there, but this is just all that mixed with all the different types of wheated bourbons that I just probably wasn't going to drink. And this thing is incredible on some cocktails. Some chicory date and some wheated bourbon. And what we found we really like with, let me get this out of the way. Your standard bourbon mash mill, the one with rye in it instead of wheat. It's a vanilla date cherry bourbon. So we'll just take some actual vanilla bean, I use these, I think they're Amarena Fabri, like cocktail cherries, like a wild cocktail cherry, and some dates. And you can just experiment with how many you want to infuse flavor into your bourbon to make that maceration. But it works really well. Like bourbons that you typically just like, what am I going to do with this? Make a maceration and use it in some cocktails, and it's so good. It's the best thing I've found to do. And you can do it with tequilas and stuff too. Like we did a couple. You can see the color difference. This was just some. Oh, those aren't them. Sorry. We'll do macerations. Not with infinity bottles, but I like Cimarron Tequila Blanco. I think it's really good for the money. And that's what this is. You know, one of them is, I used a hibiscus mango tea and some lime rinds. It's really tasty. Another one, we put some apricot, dried apricot persimmon and lime rind. Also really tasty. You just got to experiment with it, and that's the kind of cool thing with these little half-pint bottles. So that's what I'll do. I'll put these away. For the bourbon and rye that I'm just not going to drink neat, I will make an infinity bottle, and then I will turn it into a maceration and use it in cocktails. And at some point soon, I'm going to start sharing with you some of those cocktails, okay? You can also, I'll give you an idea if you want to have, if you have like a single malt Scotch infinity bottle like that. It is, I saved the little box end. It's a Celestial Seasoning Cinnamon Apple Spice Tea. Dude, you got to try it with single malt, whether it's peated or unpeated. It's crazy good. And then I will just look at the ingredients, and I have most of them dry already, and then I will use that to make my own maceration. Something else I will do with an infinity bottle. These are with whiskeys that I do enjoy, and I will sip them neat. I've got a few right now. I've got this bottle here, and what I'll do, this one is American single malts that, like, they're not like sherry finish or anything like that. They're just American single malts. And I've got the Stranahan's Diamond Peak, and I have got the Black Butte 5-year single malt and the Westland single malt. They're all tasty, and I just know by drinking them, their flavor profile, that they're going to blend well together, and they do. So I will put them into a bottle like that. Then I've got this one that I put into the Old Forester, and the way I note it, you can see I've just put a white sticker on the top, and I know those ones are the whiskeys that I turned into an infinity bottle for the purpose of putting into a full-size mini barrel. That's what I'm going to do with these. This one is, I just put equal parts Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, Bibb & Tucker Double Oak, or the Heavy Char, Old Forester 1910, and Woodford Reserve Double Oak. You know, they're all similar because they're double oaked, and they work together. You know, I think maybe pulling out the Bibb & Tucker, it might taste a little bit better, but I just wanted to get a full bottle. So I put the remnants in here. These are both going to be really good when they come out of the full-size mini barrel. And also this guy here. This is these are single malt Scotch. This I've filled with sherry finished single malt Scotches. Again, on the back, I put where I had Speyburn 15, the Glenallachie 12-year, Bunnahabhain 12-year right here, and then to top it up, I use some Bruichladdich Classic Laddie, the one I have. You can definitely taste that wine cask influence in it. So again, I am going to put these three into full-size mini barrels. They're going to be like a second fill though. I already have something in them. When I empty the full-size mini barrel, these are going in. And I know these whiskeys, these sherry finished, or yeah, single malts, they all work together. Like, you could just take this right now and you'd be happy to drink it neat, any one of these. That's why I'm not making a maceration with them, because I enjoy drinking these bottles neat right now. So, put these back, and something else I will do, which is very similar to what I did here, is what works if you want to also have an infinity bottle that is actually going to taste good, okay? The flavors will be cohesive and not disjointed, all right? Ones like that you have, make a maceration with them and then use them in cocktails. It'll be great. Is something like this, all right? So this is all bourbon from Wild Turkey, and I've got quite a few. I just put it on the back what I've actually used in here. I have some, I got like 2 ounces of Wild Turkey Rare Breed, and then I have the rest of my Wild Turkey Rare Breed Double Oaked I made, which there's probably about that much. The Russell's Reserve Single Barrel that I double oaked, you know, about that much in there, and then also like about a 2 ounce like a little sample bottle of just standard Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. I also have Wild Turkey 101 that I had double oaked. It was like one of the first ones that I did to see what it would turn out like. And also the remainders of my Russell's Reserve 10-year. They're all in here. And this is such an enjoyable sip right now. It's really, really tasty. Also, what I'll do, I have one, I took the remainders of some of my Knob Creek 12-year, McKenna 10-year, Trails End 10-year. All of those, you know, they're age dated 10 to 12 years. And to me, bourbon from Knob Creek and Heaven Hill, which that's what's comprising this blend, they're similar in that I get that kind of sweet caramel brown sugar and some type of nut. So I knew they were going to blend well and taste cohesive, and they do. And this is just incredible right now, the blend of them. So those are my suggestions if you want to have like a successful infinity bottle that you are going to enjoy drinking, and not just, oh, I'm making an infinity bottle to see what happens. You can do that. I did that in the past. I didn't really like them that much, honestly. So there you go. Make them blend the whiskeys that you probably are not going to drink neat. Make an infinity bottle and then make a maceration. Use that in cocktails. Put ones that are similar together, like American single malts or those single malt scotches that are sherry finished, you know, or the double oaked bourbons that you're going to enjoy sipping neat. And if you've got some full-size mini barrels you've made, put them in those as like a second fill. Okay, or distillery, keep the same distillery. You know, you could also probably, you know, distilleries that remind me of each other. I'm thinking Wild Turkey and Four Roses. I would probably blend together because they have good spice on the finish. I think they would also blend well together. So, all right, let me know what you've done for your infinity barrels. Something that works, that you enjoy, maybe I haven't thought of, I should try. So, all right, till next time.